Hey everybody. So yesterday I had finished up the animations for the camera along the axes, so the X, Y, and Z axis. And then I had intended to start working on the lookAt, and it's just like this weird thing happened where I just sort of blanked out and I did not work on it. And then I had to go to work, and I was like, man, I forgot to work on my project. So basically, all I was able to do, because I only had a few minutes before I needed to leave for work, was all I needed to do was add. I mean, all I was able to do was just update the interface, the lookAt interface, and then in the interface, and then fix anything that broke. And I thought actually that's kind of good because like I had sort of reported in earlier videos that let me fix this lighting situation. Um, that hang on one second. Sorry about that. That I had reported that like 90% of the work that I had to make was caught by changes, but now changes to the interface. Like I would make the change to the interface, and then the compiler would break, and then I would go through and fix those, and that accounted for like 90%, and that probably more accounts for like maybe now that that's all I did, it probably only accounts for like 3% or 30% or something. But and it is so easy to get sort of diluted when you're working on code that way. So and then like the other thing that I learned yesterday, because at my job there's like a lot of high schoolers and stuff there, and they said that this is not devil worshiper sign. So I can go back to this. They assured me, and I say a senior in high school is definitely the peak of cultural knowledge when it comes to hand signs. So I'm going back to my like rock out sort of thing at the end of these videos. So, anyways, this right here is sort of just an example of a something that I coded. Um, Basically, there's a camera with a light on it, and then there's a little light sitting over the top here, and there's some meshes, and let's see. So like it's a little bit easier to see when those meshes not um, are basics. So I'm going to move those to basic, and then so basic. If you don't know, there's three kinds of materials that I know of. There might be more. In in ThreeJS, basic, normal, and Fong, and basic doesn't care about light, so it'll show up regardless of the light. So and then you can set the color on it, and just that's actually pretty cool. Actually, I like that because see what's happening is the camera's coming in and it's looking at that, and then it's going out, and you can't really tell before because the let's go pause this. You can't really tell because everything looks the same. So when you're looking forward or backwards, it looks the same. But now that the colors are different, you can kind of see that. And so that's pretty cool. Anyways, so the changes, there's not a lot of JavaScript changes this time. So the changes was right at the top, we had the interface, and see how we have this look at animation property descriptor. So I changed it from a number to this property descriptor, which then has if you go look at property descriptor, it has a start value and end value and whether it's animated or not. And I always set them to true because I'm not really using that right now. So then that broke in the ThreeJS service. And basically I had to turn this into from a 0 to a start value of 0, end value of 0, and animated is equal to true. Now the animated equal to true doesn't really make a difference because the way I have it coded right now, the uh, actual whole object is animated, not a property. Um, and this may go away. I don't know. I don't know if I'm ever going to want to be able to just like only certain properties are animated and not, because I think that there'll probably always be a way to make a property animated but not actually animated. So like if this is a good example, all three of these are animated, but they're not actually animated because they start value is 0 and the end value is 0. So they're technically animated, or yeah, if I were to go into like the camera and or the mesh and make it the whole object animated, but the properties start and end at the same spot, they won't make any changes, which may not always be true, because it is possible that like if you had like sort of an animation that just went in a circle or something like that, it might start and end in the same place. So, but we'll deal with those issues when they get here. And then so that was one change. A very similar change. One was for perspective. The first one was for orthographic. And then come down here, and when we go to set it up, where we look for the what to look at has now changed. It used to just be look at the way that y is, but now it's a start value. Same here. And then when you come down here, same. We're dealing with the same stuff. This is in the update, I believe. Oh, yeah, this is in the update. And then the last one's going to be in the animation. So inside the animation, let's see. Inside the animation, so this is the animate camera for time. It needed to be shifted to where what it looks at is different. But in the form, basically, a couple things broke. When the value changes, I was trying to assign a number to here to the object, but I needed to do it to the start value attribute. And the same thing for the perspective camera. That did not fix everything though. Lots of stuff is still broken and it's not working. For one thing, like when we were looking at the animation, let me see if I can hit back. There you go. So in this update camera for time, I'm just looking at the start value. I need to make changes like this in there. So the animation doesn't work. In this, there's special code that decides what shows up in the dropdown, and lookat's not in the dropdown, so that needs to be updated. And then I don't remember how these lookups are calculated. I know they're passed in as values into a component, but I can't remember exactly how that works. And I don't know if there might need to be some changes for that. So yeah, so everything isn't quite done. And then if you look in the camera, see here it says object, which is clearly not right. And then if you were to look at the raw data, it says object. And the same thing for orthographic. It just says object. So that is that. That's I guess next I don't have a whole lot of time today. My wife has like a ton of things that we have to put in the mail to her customers. And then I start work. I have to work at 4 o'clock today. So I don't think I'm going to have very much time to work on this stuff today. But I'm hoping to get at least like all these looking right, and maybe the animation, it like at least showing up in the drop down, so that when you select, so that you have lookAt to choose. That would be cool if I can get that all squared away before the end of today. Anyways, happy coding. See you all later, and have a great day. Bye.